What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician from Northport, New York, and today, as the title reads, we're talking about writer's block, something that every creative deals with, whether you're a musician or I would even say, like, even if you're not a songwriter and you're just in the creative industry in general, you might not necessarily struggle with writer's block, but you struggle with like the lack of I guess creativity sometimes, and it's just hard to create. And I want to give a couple tips on how to actually combat it, how I personally combat it. Now, these might not work for you, they might work great for you. You know, everybody's a little different, and I'd love to know your ideas too. So, like, you might have ideas that I haven't mentioned, so if you want to comment those below, that'd be great. I'd love to learn something new too. This is a series that I do that's called Chatting with Jacob, where I just express some questions, or I answer some questions that you guys have had, or I just share things that I want to share with you guys, so I hope you enjoy them. I'd love it if you join my live streams. Right now I'm going live Monday through Friday, New York time, 11 a.m. And if you want to text me, it's 1-833-575-0948. If you're in the US, you can text me a regular text message, or if you're outside of the US, you can use WhatsApp. Alright, so let's talk about the creative process in general, and I think that creativity is a muscle, personally, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets, and the more access to creativity you have. And it's just the more songs you write, the easier it becomes. The more videos you make, the easier it becomes. And so one thing that I'll do is I first will always try to be ready to be creative. You know, sometimes, like, I'll be, you know, on a run and I'll have this creative idea and I'll go for it. I'll write it down, or and then what I do is then I have this stockpile for when I'm feeling really creative. And this is the second point, is when because sometimes, like, you're not going to feel it, sometimes it's work, you know, you sit down and do it. Second point though is when you're feeling really creative, try to make that a point that, you know, I got to step away for a minute and I'm going to try to work on this, because some great ideas come from that. You're really inspired, you know. The third point is make it a scheduled time for it, you know. Actually sit down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna from here to here, I'm gonna turn off my phone, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna really focus for however long you see fit, and really try to get something done, and really try to write. And or set yourself an ultimatum. I'm not gonna leave until I write 3 lines, 5 lines, a whole song, whatever the case is. Fourth tip though is, like, I try not to put so much pressure on it. You know, obviously it's harder if you put pressure on yourself, because then you gotta get something done. Like, if I say I want to try to finish a song a week, that adds a lot of pressure and that adds a lot of stress. If you're like, you know, I want to try to get as much as I can done, then you're like, all right, you know, it might not be as hard to get it done. Next point though is I try to work on a bunch of things. If I have a song A that I'm working on, or video A that I'm working on, and it's just not working at the moment, I go to song B or C or D or E or F or G. I have like 12 to 15 songs that I'm always working on. And then I'll finish one, and then what will happen is one will start to snowball, and we're like, yeah, we're really making progress with this, and then that's the one you finish. And then you either start a new one or go back to any of the other ones that you're working on in your arsenal. That's probably the biggest tip I could have, is have a couple things that you're working on, so that when you're not feeling creative, you can go, well, in that one song, maybe something else will be fun. Another thing that I do sometimes is, like, sometimes it's just not working. I'm not having fun. It's laborious. I'll take a break and I'll watch some other artists, and I love the 1975. I'll go watch a live video of them, or, you know, just maybe an interview with somebody else, and that kind of will make the juices flow a little bit more, like the creative juices flow. Sometimes you just gotta walk away. Know when to walk away, because, you know, you want to enjoy what you do, and sometimes you gotta just sit down and grunge through it. You know, I'm a musician as a trade. That's my job. So sometimes I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. Like, in the sense of, like, sometimes it's just like, you know what, I know that I want to finish this song by a certain date, and it's not just like, oh, I'm creative whenever I feel like it. No, I sit down daily and I try to make music, you know, even if it's like, I'm not, like, it's totally in the mood. You know, don't get me wrong though, I'm incredibly grateful to do what I love, so, like, don't take that in the wrong way. Any other tips before I head out today? And last tip would be, try to collab. Collabing with other people, collaborating with other people, and getting other stuff done is a great way to keep creative juices flowing, because they have ideas that you would never have. I did a series of songs maybe about a year ago where I would just write the music and just write the choruses, and then send the song to artists, and they would write the verses. And I loved it because they were telling a story that I would have never been able to tell, and they were coming up with lines and lyrics and melodies that I would have never been able to do, and it was so cool. And the best part about it was that I was able to listen to my own song almost as if it was not my own song, because somebody else had contributed to it with something that I wasn't able to add. And it gave this really, really fresh perspective on my music. So those are the tips that I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed them. As always, you can leave a comment or text me with any ideas. I'd love to know if you have any video ideas for types of videos that I want to just create as much content that you guys want to see. I can create content all day, but you guys might not want to see it. So I'd love to know the stuff that you want to see. Text me 1-833-575-0948. See you guys next time. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great Restituto day, and peace out.
I would quarantine anytime if it means more time with you. We're having this